Yeah, we are live. Hello, guys. Welcome to our community meetup, Signum community. Today we will have two NFT giveaways: Signum art collection presentation and Frank's presentation about Signum future. Every time you can ask questions in YouTube live chat. If it is related to a topic we are speaking, we will answer it without delay. If question is not related, we will answer it after Frank presentations. So the first NFT giveaway, it is I don't know how to pronounce it. Aquarius Anomaly, not Anomaly. Probably it is not. It is created by BCX. To get it, you need to write your Signum address to YouTube live stream chat. And at the end, I will do a random drawing. And today we have special guest. It is BCX. Let me add him. Hello, BCX.
Hello, Chefos. Hello, community.
Hi,
So,
hi, hi.
hi. Yeah, so maybe you know me as BSX, and I was the creator of God of Zodia. That was my first NFT collection where I tried some gods to create with Photoshop, and I saw that people liked that. So there are also 11K on Signum inside this collection. And then I thought about create new NFTs. And then I saw that Signum Art is supporting GIFs. So I tried to animate my NFTs. And there is now one collection. It's Chronicles of Creation. There is also this giveaway today from Sheffers. And I will do when I have to learn more skills about the animate stuff. So I will integrate a new collection inside there. I started there with collection 2. But now I'm found something new because new skills, and I created Signum Supercars, and I have much fun to create this cars. It's a lot of work, but I think they are very cool. There is also this giveaway today from this car, Omega 09, and the first guy who likes this NFT gets it for free. So if you want it, you have to be fast. Yeah, and there is also auction today for the Nebula. There I tried to animate the rear wheel with burnout and smoke and lights. So I think they are very cool, and they have also a Signum logo. So it's Signum cars. Yeah, that's. If you have any questions, you can ask in chat. Then I can answer it about the collections, and I'm done.
Okay, thank you. So everyone who wants to present its collection or other Signum related stuff, you can join this kind of streams and show your stuff. Okay, thank you, BCX. How is the art created stuff? Can you answer, BCX?
The cars are AI graded, yes, but then I have to edit it on Photoshop. Like every car has the Signum logo on it, So I have to put the Signum logo via Photoshop in it, and then I got some other tools, but I don't give away my secret. And I got some tools. There was not cheap tools, and there I can animate then the the NFTs.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. So now I will show our members community member website fomplo.com. Here you can see cryptocurrency converter. Here you can convert various cryptocurrencies to Signa and other ways. Here you can see mining calculator, where you can enter your commitment and your capacity and count how much you earn Signa. Here is commitment station. Here you can commit your Signa to the mining. These two Signum Ref and Signum subscriptions are new additions. I will show them. And there is Signum ecosystem. Here is documentation about our other products in our Signum ecosystem. So let's go to Signum Ref. Here you can see various Signum facts like transaction fee, which are now, and statistics. Total transactions we have about 10 millions. Here you can see smart contract created, alias minted, our latest block, latest testnet block, and latest node version. Next one I will show Signum subscription. Here you can create one, manage subscriptions here. I will try to create some. This account does not have subscription. Create no receive address I need. So okay, Petrov will get. I need to add Petrov address. Give me some 1 minute. No, not minute, few seconds. I will try to Petrov copy. Let's say 10 Signa. Let's say this one. Let's say daily. Let's do every 3 days. This account will get 10 Signa. Add new subscription. It's mobile one. I will confirm it. And voila, it is created. Okay. So let's do our main presentation. And our main presenter, it is Frank.
Yeah, hello, I'm on air, I think. Hello, community. Nice to meet you again. And I'm happy to present some next action points for our blockchain Signum. I named it as continuous optimization of our blockchain. And all these points I'm now discussing about are in progress or will also take us busy for the next months. So points I like to talk about with you together is one is the current Signum improvement proposals, also named SIPs. And I just concentrate on them where we are working on right now. Then I like to talk a little bit about Signum Swap, the staking and the liquidity pool, means LP stuff, which we are doing in the background right now. Also a hint for our mobile apps, So several we will have. Currently we have only Android, but we have also iOS in the future. Then talking about Nostr, I think we have some people already quite engaged with Nostr, and we like to support the community here, the Nostr community in a way. Maybe also Signum can benefit here. And then the last topic is block times. That's more a working title, because we are looking into it, how we can change block times in general. it's just idea what we would like to do, but I want to present our ideas we are working on or thinking about right now, so you can also jump on that later. Okay, so then let's go to the zips. Yeah, it's Frank the Tank. Yeah, that's yes, exactly. Okay, so Signum improvement proposal. So first one we have is zip 43, introduce smart token owner. We introduced smart tokens already in the last hard fork, where we introduced minting. You can easily create tokens. We invented these smart transaction distribution to holders. Means you can pay dividend in a super simple way, only with one transaction. And the last item here was what was missing is also what should happen if Signum is really going mainstream and we have a lot of tokens on the chain, and you have business running or use case running, and you want to transfer these business case or use case to a new owner. I mean, currently these tokens are bind on the issuer account, and the issuer account has a given passphrase, so it's not, you are not able to transfer a token right now without giving your passphrase out, and even that will not help, because then you as a former owner would know the passphrase and you could still access the account. So the solution here is to introduce a new transaction, which makes it easy for the current issuer or the current owner. Also, if this was done then already several times in the future, in the past or the future, then you can just transfer the ownership of the token to the new account you decided to own. And when this transaction is placed on the blockchain, after one block, the new or the receiver account of this transaction has a complete ownership about the token. Means only this token can then set. Treasury accounts can mint a token, or can also distribute to holders, can done by everyone, but the minting and the treasury accounts is on this new owner. And in this way, by a transaction, there is no exchange of any passphrase. There is no need of a new token. You just transfer the token to another one. And in this case, the use case or the business case can continue with the new owner in a very simple way. We already developed this. It's already on testnet with the version 3.6.1. And from a development point of view, and also so far as a business topic view, we have everything created around smart tokens now, which should help to boost these feature on the chain. Separately or in parallel, we developed Signum Swap. There you have already the on-chain token market, so you can trade every token against Signum there. You can also create tokens there. There's no coding needed. You can also create your treasury accounts there. You can make distribution to holders. It's quite easy to do. We have still also a testnet version, so test.signumswap.com is also there, and there you can make everything on testnet. I think today we had a request from one user who just sent and also test Signa to those accounts. So if you need some test Signa, just announce it on Telegram or on Discord and you will get some, so you can also play around with this feature. And this feature is independent. So every token can be used for this owner transfership. So because it's a transaction, which is between the issuer and the new owner, and only the current owner can initiate this transaction. It will also work for tokens which are created, let's say, in 2014. So this will also work. Exactly. Here also, just to show you, we did on the testnet the first transfer. Here on the left side, you see the transaction, the new one, token ownership transfer is also the type. You see it's sent from this Darkman to Farmer 2, and it was one token sent over. And on the right side, you see then also with this green arrow, you see we have an issuer, which was Darkman. We named this token to test as transfer the ownership, just the OSO ship was the ticker of this token, and the current owner is an Lord 3. So we did several of changes. I mean, that was on the left side was the first one, and we did some other transfers, and this works quite fine. No? So yeah. Okay, that's about SIP 43. If you have any questions to that, just place it in the chat, and I will also jump back to that. Okay, then we have SIP 46, secure solo mining setup. We have solo mining since beginning on the chain. It's quite easy. You do run a node and your mining software. But what you have to do, and this is like a drawback a little bit, you have to paste your passphrase of your miner into the configuration file of the node. And this is can always be a bad thing if you get hijacked or somebody breaks into your system and can steal your passphrase, then your account is not safe anymore, because a foreigner or a thief can go into your account and do what he wants with the passphrase. So we introduced also here with the SIP 46 a quite simple setup. It was just a change within the node so far, that you can the idea is you make a new, also you have your miner account, where you have your plots on. So this is not changing. You have all the things you have in place could stay like they are. But then you make a new account. That means you create a new account, and this new account is your proxy pool. So you make a reward assignment to this pool, as a proxy pool in brackets, to your new account, and then you will have a new entry in the configuration file where you set the passphrase of this new account for signing your block. So that means if somebody breaks into your system, in your mining system, and is able to steal your passphrase, he will only get the passphrase of this new account you created, where also then the mining rewards are going on. But if you be aware of that, I mean, on the wrist is only the current mining reward you have on this account. But you can always then change that. So if you have, let's say, a situation where the passphrase is not safe any longer, or you know that it's not safe, you can just create a new account, another account, and change your config with a reward assignment. First, you make a reward assignment, then you have this new account assigned to your miner, and then you set this new passphrase. It takes also 4 blocks, like the normal assignment. For a pool assignment, so it's the same behavior there. It's just inside the node we made some code adjustment that it works for that. This is also already in testnet. I personally also tested it. It works fine. So you can sign now your fork blocks with this new account. So this proxy pool setup is working fine, and it's also a security measurement for migrating any breaks into your miner setup.
I have a question. Why we need this?
The idea, the background was because right now you store your passphrase in the configuration of the node for your miner. So if somebody breaks into your system, and he's able to catch your passphrase, your whole account is on risk, right? So your plot files with the ID bind to this miner belongs not anymore to you alone. It also belongs into the thief or hacker. And if we change this, it's an easy change. I mean, you can keep your system like it is. You don't need to do anything. But we will adjust the documentation that you can also go for a new account, and then this new account is signing the blocks for you, and only the reward which kept on this account is on risk if somebody breaks into your system. But you always can also change this. So you can keep your miner with your plots mined to your mining ID as they are. You never need to change that, but you can always change the proxy pool account. So if you have the situation where you think somebody breaks into your system or broke into your system, and or you feel unsafe and you not longer safe, and you think that the passphrase may be stolen, then you can just change it without having the risk doing everything new with new plot files for a new account.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, and then it's coming SIP 48, modernize the alias framework. It's one of the biggest changes we do now for the aliases, but we think it's a quite cool way. We had the first discussion already back in October, where we made the first proposal for having a change on the aliases for renewal fee, first of all, but it was a good discussion, I think, because there was also some feedback from the community which didn't like that, just having let's say people who bought this in the past, or were blocking, not blocking, but or buying or caching, let's say aliases in big blocks or on the chain. So we were a lot thinking about how we could modernize this stuff in a way that everyone is happy, and we also have maybe a system which is more like the known TLD system. And I think finally also with Nostor, and coming later, that was also something giving us a drive into this direction. We will have now a quite cool new alias system in the near future. We are really working on this right now. Let's say 90% is already developed in the background, and we are testing it, and we will soon place this also on testnet. The idea is here that we will have that we introduce STLDs, means Signum top-level domains. It's the same like a TLD, like an official top-level domain, like .de, .com, .com or .de or what we have also RE and R. Yeah, all these official TLDs which are used will be also possible now on Signum. You can have your customized STLD. I'm coming to that later, or you can use one of the STLDs we already providing then on the blockchain. I just jumped for. You see these names here. That's 18 STLDs we will have already then on the chain, where you can buy an alias for these given namespace ARCA SLTD. So if you want to have, for example, an alias for blockchain, you will request then myalias.blockchain or myalias.coin. So they will exist both in the same way, myalias as a name for blockchain and for coin. And so they are also free for everyone to register again for all these default STLDs we have on the chain, and also the already existing aliases before this SIP implementation. Or if you don't want to have any special TLD, so you say, I just want to have the name, like spaceship, for example, then you can register that if it's still free, and you get .signum for free as our standard default TLD. That means if you register an alias, or you have already at the moment an alias, let's say it's like spaceship, it will work for spaceship. You can take that, or you will also work outside via XT wallet with spaceship.signum, which is quite interesting. And so because then you can still use it as a pointer directly in the browser for forwarding it to any domain you like. Also, what we will do is adding these underscore to the possible characters for alias. So we are more or less in line with all your social names you are using on Twitter, for example. So you can add this underscore before and inside or so in this alias. So it looks like your name. You're also using on other social networks. The own SLTD is the idea. If you want to make an own SLTD, so like besides these default ones, you can now request your own, which costs you 100,000 Signa. It costs a little bit more because we don't want to spam the, first of all, we don't want to spam the chain with a lot of STLDs. And on the other way, it should also be abuse or business case behind. Because what happens now is if you create an STLD for your own, let's say name again, .spaceship, and name it as a TLD in this case, you will also, as an owner of the STLD, you will get also the renewal fee, which are 12.5 Signa per quarter right now. And that means like 50 on a yearly base. So if you get more than 2,000 paid clients, let's say, for your alias system, for your use case or business case, you will plus minus, also we will plus minus 0. And if you have even more, then you can also earn Signa or long term. So the idea is here you can place your own use case on the chain with an STLD. You can also later sell it like normal aliases, so there will be a separate market for that. And we will also cover this on the Signum Swap portal, that you can also sell and buy STLD there if somebody wants to sell it. What also happens then, it's also quite nice, is if you have then these alias and you will set an alias, also you will create a new alias, the subscription, renewal subscription will be created on the fly. So the first 3 months are always free for everyone. So if you make a new alias, let's say my alias.spaceship, then the first 3 months you have not to pay anything. But then after 3 months, a payment at 12.5 Signa will occur. And if you pay that, then it keeps on your account. Otherwise, it will be freed. Or let's say you have not enough balance on your account, or you want to cancel this subscription, because you will see it as a normal subscription on your account. And you cancel this subscription actively, or you are not able to pay the amount in 3 months, then this alias gets free again and everyone can claim it again. No? So it's a quite simple system. It's effortless for the user because it's done automatically beside the creation of the new alias. And for the old aliases, which are already at the moment created, there is no subscription fee needed, as long until these are sold by the current owner. Then the subscription is also coming into place. So there is no drawback for the current holders of the aliases, because they are not, let's say, punished with no renewal fee, which they have to pay for thousands of aliases. But if they're getting sold, then it's coming into this new framework. Yeah, and here was also, I wanted to show this example. What does it mean with Signum STLD for free, and all the other ones you can create explicitly. So here's the example. No? Suppose a user creates an alias without an STLD. So I only create spaceship on the chain, set an alias or buy an alias for that, and pay the 0.2 Signa for that. In this case, the alias gets registered for spaceship and spaceship.signum. That means he is without an TLD and with these free.signum TLD, which can be used then in the browser to make any domain forwarding, link forwarding, etc., etc. If you want to have an alias with an STLD, for example, your crypto, then you will register this with spaceship.crypto, and it's only created and owned for this given namespace. Means the first one could be from user A, the second one could be from user B. So we have here, like on a normal domain handling, .org, .com, .de, and so on, you can have different owners of these aliases, and they can also be getting sold then on the Signum Swap portal. Yeah. Do we have any questions for that?
Sadly, we have no questions, but I will do a quick reminder that we have giveaways. So this is anomaly. Oh, sorry. What I pressed it. Okay, sorry guys. So to get this NFT, you need to write your Signum address to our live chat. We have now only 6 entries, and now we are watched by 17 people. So majority people do not want this anomaly. And the next one giveaway is this Omega 9. Let's look. Yeah, we have 2 likes, so someone won. I will look to the Explorer who is the winner. Okay, Frank, let's continue. I will look to Explorer who is the winner and announce it.
Okay. There's one question. This one.
Yes, I missed it.
Yeah, I don't know, is it related to tokens or is it related to the alias? I think it's related to tokens, or I think so. I mean, these phishing, I mean, the restricted names are currently only on the Explorer, right? Nowhere else. Okay, so now coming just for the next action points, we are working on Signum swap and the staking in the LP. It's a short update just to know where we are. We have the SIP45 right now for staking contracts. So this is written and already online. So you can also recap the code of the contract. It's a contract which has a lot of features, how you can set up a staking for your token owners. And also you have your staking token, and you will have also like a yield token you can pay later to these people who pledge a token. So what we are doing right now is creation we create the creation workflow for these staking contracts on the Signum swap portal. So we have it structured like the basic data, distribution, payment, and launch. Right now, we try to simplify it as the best also, so everyone can start this staking contract in an easy way. What we have to do then when the creation is done, which is from the UI quite far already done, so we are quite happy that we have these more or less done. But then we will also create like a new sub page for that to show all the staking contracts and live later that you see this stuff. We will have placed it also on the testnet first. And what we also need is we will general idea is here. We will generate APIs for each SSC we'll have, also for our already NFT SSC40 standard. We will create APIs where you can get out the static data from the contracts, so you can read out in an easy way when you need some overviews or data for NFTs or for these staking contracts. So, but we need still to do that. This is something that we do next, maybe next 2 or 3 weeks we will create that. And at the end, the idea is also that you can also manage all these staking contracts via Signum swap in an easy way, like with a token right now. And the general idea is always that you don't need to code anything, or you can just use Signum swap to create your staking contract, to set up your staking contract, also to send the needed transaction to the chain via XT wallet. And that should be not a second task, but you have to go through then the onboarding flow, let's say half a minute to minute. If you're not familiar with the topic, maybe you also need to read later than the documentation we provide. But at the end, you don't need to code. You just can go through the onboarding process and set up your staking contract with all the parameters we have there defined. If you're interested, just look already in SIP45, because the code is there described what you can do, and then you can place your staking contract on the Signum chain. Liquidity pool contract is then the second one we want to do. There, SIP XX means we still need to write the SIP for that. We already created a smart contract. It's already on Signum Smart G. We have on the development branch, we have already the contract, and I think we already chatted last time on the Discord again, so you can already look into this contract if you like and you're interested, or just ping. So we will send it again on Discord or Telegram as a direct link. So we still need to write the SIP for all the functions we want to have inside this liquidity pool stuff. As we wrote already in the past, we solved this sandwich problem for a normal liquidity pool right now on other chains, where a miner can at the end get the slippage from you out of your trade, and we will avoid that with our setup. So in one block, everyone gets the same price, like say high level. So there is no way to arbitrage you within one block. And that means that you have always a price in a fair way here, and not any miners can check the chain and front on you with your ticket. Yeah, the implementation of the liquidity pool will be after the SIP48, the alias framework, because we aim for that as soon as possible into the next hard fork. and we will do that. So after that, as soon as this is finished, we go, and the staking contracts also finished, we go for that. Liquidity pools are tradable against, as you always set up pairs. I don't know if it's this question, no? But you can set up a pool, your token against Signum or token against token, no? So you can also say, for example, BTXG farm with TRT, for example. Or you can set up any new token we have there, like TMG, TRT, or FZT Signum or FZT TRT. So there's always a combination, and the idea is also like that you can make more tokens, but we start with 2 to keep it simple. So there is no fixed price in a liquidity pool. It's always the product of 2 tokens inside the pool. But what we also think about is to have a pool with factors. That means you can factor a liquidity pool more for buying or selling. So in this case, you can give one token a higher factor, like 80 to 10. That means if you buy something from this token with the high factor, the price is not so big impacted. But the other way around, if you sell this token, the price is quite going down. I don't know if this is answering the question, but liquidity pool has not fixed prices, but you can work later with factors on that.
Okay, so quick announcement that we have winner of Omega K. It is Stone Painter. You can see his account. Congratulations.
Hey, congratulations. It was a like on the NFT portal direct. Nice. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. Good. Then we will have the idea about the liquidity pool stuff is that we will have like on the token list, we will have also the overview about liquidity pools. The only thing is you need to have some liquidity inside to be on the page, and then we just list it by let's say by investment or so. That's the idea. Okay, so mobile apps, next one, no? So we like to thanks a lot to Time Walker who popped up on the Signum Discord and start to work on the current mobile app for Android, and he did a huge pull request in the background for the current app. So he was updating the whole architecture to the newer stuff. So it's all up to date right now, and this also now enable us to go with this new code for Android and iOS. So that means the current app, which is on the Android store and on the Google Store or Google Play Store only, will also be transmitted to iOS in the first way as it is. But now with this new setup and this new architecture, I mean, with the new stuff in the background, we are now able to build that. Oliver will go for that as soon as possible. And when we have this on both stores, like in Apple and iPhone, Apple and Android or Google, then we will also start looking into that and update the layout of the workflows if needed, or let's say to revamp them more like in XT style, XT wallet style. So all the stuff there. But Oliver will look into that. It's more his topic. First step is to get this newest version out on both stores. And this also will close our gap we have now for years already with this missing app on iOS, on the iPhones. But we will close this finally, and this will come quite soon. So this is quite nice. Really nice work from Time Walker and helping here. And that's appreciated. Yes. Thank you very much.
And quick announcement that I arrange with Time Walker that he will present this mobile wallet when we will release it. I mean, he will show what he did, how to use it, and etc. When we have official release of it.
Question to me or what, sir? Okay.
No, nothing.
Okay. Good. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, also to Time Walker in this case. So he really did all this groundwork in the background, but that's how it should work. Community members stand up and helping. That was a really nice and good move for us to get these things done and kicked off. Yeah. Okay, so next point, Noster. Like to talk about that. I think there was a lot of news around Noster on Twitter and everywhere, on Telegram, and you see it. Or it's like, what is Noster? First of all, Noster is an open source decentral protocol, just to share mainly here chats. So the idea is to do a lot with this protocol. I think from the creator of this protocol, but currently, the main focus is on getting a decentralized Twitter app. There is this Damos app, which is on iPhone, I think, also Apple already only, and a lot of Android web applications which are starting from the community to create stuff here in this Nostro protocol level. The funny thing is, or the interesting part is, Nostro is using public and private keys like in a crypto way, but without blockchain. Also, Nostro is working without any blockchain, but it also integrates the Bitcoin payment service on the Lightning system there somewhere. I'm not so in there, but it's also you can pay and donate Bitcoins right now, but it's completely decoupled. Also, you have these payment service, and you have on the other way the chatting service, the chat and the protocol, which is then working with public key and private key. And we had quite active also Flopper here, for example, and then on Discord, who is jumped into Nostra, and we also looked into that. I think what we can have here is, because we now produce in the past the XT wallet. So last year this was created, and it's quite nice to. I think also quite easy for us to provide a service or some code for the community of Nostra that you can use our XT wallet to create with given Signum account a given public key for Nostra, which is different because it's a different curve, but you can just create it in the background. Then you would have your public key based on your passphrase from your Signum account, and you would also be able to sign in the background always quite easily the stuff with XT wallet. It will not pop up, it will just be signed, or because there is no payment in the background, so there's no risk that anything is paid or so. But you will then be quite able to, quite easily able to create your public key for Nostra by using also your Signum account, which you can set up then in the XT wallet. And this is also nice because everyone new to Signum just needs to install the XT wallet. Can create a new account, write down the public the passphrase, and then activate the account, and then you are ready to go. And this is without any cost for the new users, but we hope then that a lot of people also try this to use it for their web solutions, for example, for Nostra, and we can maybe come here into some new user groups which are not aware of Signum right now. Also, what Nostra is doing, and it's quite interesting, they have as we have zips, they have NIPs, that's also proposals and new standards they're creating, and this NIP 5 is a standard how you can identify yourself or verify yourself with your pub key and your username, and I think it's quite, we could be quite easily provide a service to get the NIP 5 done via our alias service here on Signum. So in this case, if you want to identify yourself, you have to buy an alias, which is also nice because we have the new alias framework as discussed before. You have here then you have the first 3 months, you can also more or less get it for free, as I said in the pages before. And then you can, with an easy way, you can verify yourself. That's quite nice. Yeah, there is these Nostra pages. I have to check the Holger Peterson is asking. You have to look for Nostra because there's a GitHub where all this stuff is described. I can later paste here the Nostra link. I don't have it now, but it's all on GitHub, and people are talking on Telegram. There's a Telegram Nostra group where they're talking all about these NIP5, NIP6, NIP and everything. And you can read that. It's open source, so it's just in the doing. It's like created or started in December last year, November last year, so it's quite new still. And we think that we should really here provide some services for this Nostra group, so that we're getting also known outside our current Discord and Telegram groups, so that people may jump onto our Signum chain, because it will be quite easy to integrate that. So we will create web components for them also, so you can quite easily integrate the stuff with XJ wallet and our alias system. So the idea is here, I'd like to have some components created on GitHub, and we get just introduced into this community, and they can use it. And also we like them to do finally showcase this with a most used or popular Nostra web applications. There are a lot of applications popping up right now, but it's all quite new. So I think it's playing in our cards that we are now doing these services and web components and in parallel. And then if you see an web application which is mainly used by Android users, for example, we just make a showcase here with our integration of these web components, how easy you can manage the stuff. And we also saw some let's say not disadvantages, but some quite hard ways to find your users and so on. In Nostra, I think we can also help here with our alias setup, that we have like a decentralized list of your relays you are using per user, and then you can always search in our Signum chain via these aliases where your favorite user is at the moment chatting on which relay, and you can then just connect to this relay and then also getting these data from the user, for example. Yeah, so the goal is then at the end really to make this easy to use web components for the Nostra community, and we will also place it there on the GitHub on their side. Best would be, or the goal is that we show them these web components and they just starting integrating it, because it's without any costs and it's quite easy to maintain later for all the users. It would help our system and also their system. I think it's a benefit for both.
Okay, great. I have a quick announcement again. I think we need to add some giveaway for people who do not watch live but watch after this stream. So if you are watching this on Twitter, you can retweet with this stream link your Signum address, and each one gets one of this Signum Color Explosion NFT for free. If you are watching this video on YouTube, you just write a comment and your Signum address, and you will get this one of these NFTs. Okay.
Okay, and now I'm coming to my last topic, or next action point is block times in general. Here the idea is what we can do with block times in the future. Jumping in, wait. So the working title is from 4 minutes to 24 seconds. So everyone was saying, what, 24 seconds, how this should work with our mining setup? So let me explain now. So we have Signum, first of all, is quite feature rich, and we have it better proven now since 2014. So we are not a super new chain, but we are already now more or less nearly 10 years on the market, or quite now in the 9th year. We have the smart token adjustments we did in the last year. We have the smart contract framework, which is future-proof from our point of view. So we did a lot of enhancements here. Also with all these automated token creation, minting, and distribution to holders, and a lot of new functions you can use within these smart contracts right now in Java and in the C+ or C converter. So it's quite nice to use this stuff and quite easy. We have the Phoenix wallet, we have the XT wallet, quite new on the desktop. And we will have also now the new mobile apps, as I spoke about that in some pages before. So we will have a lot of support for people or features to use the Signum chain. But what we also get as a feedback, if you talk with people about, is that we have, compared to other chains, our block times are too long at the moment. So because if you at the moment go with a smart contract and let's say you want to make a game, then it's like you have to send a transaction. If you send the transaction, it takes maximum 4 minutes because then one block is 4 minutes. Let's say in average is 2 minutes, and then the smart contract and the next block will then process these transactions. So another 4 minutes until you see the result. So let's say maximum 8 minutes, and average is maybe like 4 minutes, but that's at the moment quite long compared to other ones. So the idea is that we go here along with other chains and reduce our block times. And we have currently a working hypothesis or working title for that, or working idea how we can do that. We would say we would have like, it's still quite high level, but we're just here talking about that. We will have disk blocks and stake blocks. What does it mean? Means we will have a disk block which follows the current POC plus behavior. So no change there. You will have your mining capacity and your commitment, and it will calculate the stuff as it is. And we have stake blocks, which only takes a commitment we have right now and will take it in like a POS or proof of stake like setup. Those blocks, stake blocks, are calculated directly by the node. So you don't need any mining app. It's just taking your commitment and creating for that nonces. And you need then a full node running. And it will also be only done in a solo miner way. That's the general idea. So we will have like disk blocks and stake blocks. And the second idea is that we will have like one disk block and then 9 stake blocks. That's by 24 seconds. So we take these 240 seconds we have right now for 4 minutes, divide them by 10, and then we would have like these 24 seconds. The interesting part here is that the miners for the disk block only can start mining and searching for the next one while the stake blocks are created. So the most concern, and that was always we saw in the past, is we have miner setups which take around 1 minute, 2 minutes to search for a block, and we don't want to change that. Or you should still run your hardware as it is and be able to find blocks, even if you have 24 seconds. So the idea here is that we have one disk block, you search for it, and while you search for you searched, and then you search only for the next one. While you're searching for the next one, which is up to these 4 minutes still overall, but between we have like 9 stake blocks, which are going by proof of stake, so quite fast also. So we have then after 9 blocks or nearly 4 minutes, you can place in your result from the searching of your disk block. Also, what we need to do then, and for sure is in the background, we need to adjust the current smart contracts framework that they are not impacted by the reduced block time. That's something we have to really dig in, that this is still working, because right now all the smart contracts, if you make times or you say add times, for example, in Smart G to 60 minutes, it's calculating it in blocks, so like 12 blocks something, and this should keep the same, or not that your smart contract is like speeding up like crazy, because it's in 10 times faster at the end, and this should not happen. What would be the benefit if we go for that? So as we got feedback from some talks with other companies or use cases, or in general with other people and in the cryptocurrency, it would be more attractive for games, DeFi portals, etc. So all these big topics we have right now. Also, our on-chain trading behavior would be more real time, as a near time, because if you would now trade a token on Signum Swap as a portal or directly with API calls on the chain, it's like up to 24 seconds maximum, you have then your trade executed, not waiting 4 minutes for it anymore. That's also quite nice. And it will also boost then the user journey for liquidity pools, because there you can also then within maximum 40 seconds your add liquidity, remove liquidity, or swap is then directly executed, which is quite nice. Side effect of that is also our TPS and STPS would go through the roof by 10 times. So we would have really a huge TPS. Right now we have like something like, if I'm wrong, 16 or so, like 160, and our STPS with distributes to holders. It's right now 5,000, would be then 50,000, something like this. So quite nice if you go that way. Yeah, also what was discussed a lot in the past is also the short blocks should not longer be a problem anymore, because even if you would find this short block, it's only added after the 9 stake blocks. So you have enough time to search for it. You should not get any of the short blocks, which may be destroying your deadline history. Will be going away. Yeah, and then I'm coming to this question. I'm just going to the end here, and then what we also think is a quite nice side effect is because we have the stake blocks in a solo miner way. I mean, you don't need any miner software. You just go with your commitment, which you have set on the chain, and then the node is calculating your deadline with that. We would have a lot of more nodes in the network because of this new system, because everyone tries then to get a stake block forked. So I think it will be a huge boost of nodes online, even partially, or not always fully, but a lot of new nodes. And this will also be a benefit and for the network in general. Yeah, and we would have also really a direct staking case for the block reward. We were discussing this in the past, how to land Signum for mining, and so I think now we go the direct way. So you could also make a commitment, which is like staking, and you can then get some income from that, and calculating that later we see parameters. That is all not set, but I think we are still in favor of the disk blocks for the block reward. The block reward in general would not change. It's 4 minutes the same, so we just would distribute it over the blocks, but in favor for the disk block at all, and then the stake blocks get less percentage-wise. So even they are 9 blocks, they would get less. And then there was a question.
There was a question about security, but I want that you say it more clearly about block rewards. So regular miners will get, and this is all in discussion level. It is not decided.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's just our discussions. We're thinking how we can reduce the block times to be competitive with other chains, feature-rich chains. So it's just a discussion level. We even not have written any zip for that. But would be nice to start discussion also with the community about that. Yeah, and the block reward, it should be the same. So we have right now 100 Signum for 4 minutes, let's say, for 1 block, and this should be kept in the same way. So if we have then 10 blocks, it could be a new distribution over these blocks. So let's say, and if we say that this block is in favor, it should get still, like for example, 50% of the block reward and 50% is going to the stake blocks. For example, just a proposal, nothing set in stone here.
So it is not decided, and it's all in discussions.
Exactly, yes.
Okay.
Commitment and staking is the same, yes, yeah. It's just a different wording for that, but your commitment, which you do as a regular miner, can be used then for these staking blocks or stake blocks also. Yeah, there's no difference. It's just running then. The stake blocks would only run then with the commitment. Yeah, security risk. We will need. I mean, that's nothing. Let's say this way. I mean, that's something we need first of all to discuss, and then we really need to test it for a longer time. It's more about how we handle rollbacks and all this stuff. Security-wise, it should not change, because from our point of view, because if you have 1 to 9 blocks, this to stake blocks, your mining block or your disk block will still run virtual these 4 minutes nearly, and the state blocks are calculated in a proof of stake way. That means you can really prove that in some seconds, so quite fast. And also what we did in the last upgrade to 3.5.2, we optimized the rollback behavior. Before we had sometimes rollbacks took like 40 seconds, which is no problem if you have 4 minutes block times. But if you want to go down like this, we were now able to reduce these rollback times to less seconds, let's say less a second. So that means also if you have a rollback because of normal fork, like it could happen, or because a miner finds a better deadline, then we can handle this within the short term. This is also important. Or that was a prerequisite we had to go for that, that we have really fast rollback times. Otherwise, you can't handle these 24 seconds. But yes, we need to check in the system how it works, if we go for that. And it will not be something which is then going live within a month or so. It takes for sure. Maybe if we get consensus here on the community quite fast, maybe we can go there for the next hard fork, also not for the next hard fork. The next hard fork will be this ARIA system for sure. These SIP43 with the token stuff. And nothing about these change. All this will coming then in the next hard fork earliest, if this all works fine. Yeah, exactly. Good. That was the end of my presentation. So.
Okay, thank you.
Happy to answer. Yeah. Thank you.
So, guys, we will answer any questions related to Signum. You can ask. Not about what you watch, but just related to Signum stuff. I will remember, like always, that we have a giveaway of this anomaly, and we have only 6 entries. So if you do not see your address here, you have several minutes to enter your Signum address to the chat. And we have Signum color explosion. So if you are not watching this stream live, you just can tweet with this stream link with your Signum address, and you get this one, or just comment after YouTube streams video. Just write some feedback and your Signum address, and you will get one of these NFTs. Okay. Let's find some questions, what we had. I saw one question about Chia.
Yeah, I saw something about Chia and PhD. Yeah, PhD is, I think there was an official tweet on that they want to go now for Chia plot kind offer. So they will change that. So they will go away from the current proof of capacity on POC. Yeah, I think that's cool. It's at the end there was a tweet, an official one. I'm not sure.
I found these questions: Chia versus Signum.
Yeah.
So what we can say?
Yeah, what can we say? I mean, Chia is. They have just different plots for mining wise. They have a different algorithm and the plotting stuff. So it's not the same. It's not comparable there. We are really we have no pre-mining, nothing. They have a lot of pre-mining. I don't know how many coins are pre-mined from this consortium, but there are some coins which are now in the hard.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, we did ICO and collected about $5 million.
Yeah.
Created for 2 or 3 years Chia, and we do not believe it that we release, but we release it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they have also an NFT market. I think, yeah, they're also trying to go into all this stuff. I don't know. It's maybe somebody else can say. I'm not really looking into that right now. But yeah, for sure they have a little bit more money for marketing because they have this ICO and they for sure will use this to make marketing. Yeah. I think so. But
Thank Frank for update. Okay, so I do not see any questions. We are 1 hour 5 minutes live. So let's do drawing. Oh, why BTDEX market as virus in Windows?
Yeah, that's always a problem. We have already now official license, but takes time. BTDEX, for Phoenix we have that. For BTDEX not. The thing is, we will also this cross market. I mean, the on-chain market is already on Signum Swap. You can also use that with your XT wallet, and we will also go for a cross-chain market on Signum Swap. That's also on our plan to do it. And then we will also rearrange maybe the current behavior, how to pay TIT. I mean, it's the same, but just this should run full automated in the smart contracts, which can be done now. And so this also the idea is that we open then the mediator stuff for people to join here in like a DAO way or for mediators. This is also coming. So at the end, BTDEX, from my point of view, is that BTDEX will stay for sure as a mining software. It's quite nice and easy to handle. But the DeFi part, or let's say trading part, will move over to Signum Swap as a desktop application. And there you don't have this problem with this virus stuff. I mean, the mining stuff, if you have a miner inside there, you always get tracked as a miner. It doesn't matter which kind of software you're downloading, which chain. Windows is always complaining that there's a virus inside. Yeah.
Some question about
yeah. The 22nd node. I mean, the stake blocks are solo mining only, and that's the idea. So you have to run your node to get your let's say block reward for that. So this is running without any pools, right? But the disk blocks are still pool related and keeps like they are at the moment. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
This is nice, yeah, still.
Okay, let's do drawing. Pick a random. And the winner is I have that this S33U. Who it is, I don't know. Okay, guys. I think we will finish. So I will remember that you can get one of this Signum Color Explosion NFTs by commenting this video or tweeting with this stream link. Okay, guys. Bye.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for your attention. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.